welcome to our YouTube channel.
What you say? It's a boy Tiz Maxwell. As you can see today, I'm not the only one on the screen. You can see I have gang. Anyway, I'm not going to introduce them. I'll give each of them a chance to just give you a brief and like what's up one and why I say
my name is MJ and I'm a rapper and a music producer, and I'm here with my boys here.
Yeah, I'm just a freelancer, photographer, assistant photographer, I'm more artisy photography, you know, just helping out my boy doing some great things. Yeah, thank you for having me today here, I guess.
And the last one, I'm the Moso Oliphant. Kipapa Harif. I'm just a human being who's on this earth trying to do good. That's my occupation. Thank you.
Okay. Today, me and my boys are gonna be discussing current affairs that are currently affecting all of us. I feel like all of us are currently feeling the pinch of all this inflation and things just going up. So the topic that we're going to be talking about today is spending money wisely and learning how to dematerialize. Kumo, what is your take on spending money wisely? Opinion.
Yeah.
What do you think is like a really smart way of spending money wisely?
Well, I would say a smart way of spending money ke go spend zaka mo dilo tse le gore wa di tlhoka or not gore wa di batla, because of tse di batlang they are just useless things that you don't really need. Tell her wena ke le wa di batla. Yeah, thank you.
Alright man, if I can just add something based on your question, it's kind of hard to answer that question. Like when you say how do you spend money, like, you know, the reason why I'm saying this is because it's really difficult to spend something that you don't have. And then where we come from, like, it's kind of difficult because most of us don't even have that money to spend to begin with. So look, what I would say is you can't buy soap if you don't have porridge. And then at the same time, you cannot buy porridge if you don't have something else, you know. Look, it's a very difficult situation, but I do get the question where it's going. So like, it's a complex one, but I would try to answer it to the best of my ability to say it's very hard to spend money when you don't have it. And especially to, like, you know, try to piece little things out, because every time you try to piece things out, honor resources shut down. So in other words, my answer to PK would be that I don't know, man. It's very difficult to do that, especially when you don't have much.
Well, I guess it's exactly the life that we're living now, because things are really expensive. But I guess, in my opinion, I guess spending money wisely is me going into a store and instead of buying a Nike shirt, I'd rather buy maybe like 5 price shirts. That way I've got more clothes. And that way I'll be spending money wisely. Because things are tough now. You know. Similar
But
to
listen. I could come back at you with the same concept, and I could say, instead of buying 5 Mr. Pratt golf shirt, instead of buying one Nike one, couldn't you have thought of perhaps doing something better than buying clothes?
Okay, this is getting messed up now.
I would love to
Add up to that.
But I would love to go back to before you raised up that point. Before you raised up that question actually. So you see, Nane brothers, Nane, it's starting off with a so like Temzo, like you said, yeah, like how do you actually get to spend money that you don't have, you know? Nah, you gotta know that, you gotta know how to spend a little that you have wisely. Even though you don't have, but there's just that little that you have. And that little that you have is the one that you have to use wisely. You know, use it on the things that you actually need and want. Because of that way,
Sure.
and coming on to the Nike and 5 Mr. Price t-shirt, yeah, how in terms of it is more reasonable because of what's the point of buying a t-shirt and it costs it costs a price at the t-shirts and maybe 5 different t-shirts, 4 different t-shirts, or maybe oraga genie this keeper sell you would have bought 5 t-shirts, couple of 2 jeans, 3 jeans, just something about instead of oraga like diaparo hela ta oraga like for the sake of maybe, you know, even though but you buying those clothes for the sake of like for the sake of you getting that recognition or apparel label, stupid thing, just stupid thing. Materializing it. But without actually coming to the realization we take a so how stupid Nike t-shirt that you don't even need, man, because it looks like all the same t-shirts you're gonna be wearing how it regularly 5. At least they're gonna be different and they're gonna be making a difference because of at least think about so I must repeat. At least think about I mean, yeah, makes a difference, right?
Yeah, no, I agree. I definitely agree with that. Another topic I'd also like to ask now is, do you consider food in terms of quality or quantity?
Nah, I would say I consider food quality because of the reason there is quality and quantity, bruh. Quality obviously, they are very much more healthier.
If you can't afford it?
And if you can't afford it, you're just gonna have to stick with the quantity there. You don't have a choice. As long as you eating, as long as you don't sleep on a hungry stomach. That's what matters about.
I guess, yeah. Look,
when coming to that, bruh.
When it comes to food, man, it's a sensitive topic.
Yeah,
especially to me because PK, I do get this question. He's like, when it comes to food, is it quantity or quality, you know? But we have to now be very wary of that situation because now, like, it depends on certain foods can be quantity, certain foods can be quality.
Yes.
Like, Luyana, something that's been happening at my own house is that my obvious Tomo, he started taking subs. So subs is they just, you take certain carbs, certain proteins, and you know exactly how much you're taking. So when it comes to what PK's question was, my answer would be, Mvanag, everything you should take it in. No, there's this word I don't know what they say, man, but in just, the same, like, don't overgo certain.
Yeah, you shouldn't do too much of it.
Of a certain thing.
Yeah.
For instance,
because too
don't
much
eat
is dangerous.
too much snacks, don't eat too much bread, type of shit
Too
like
much
that.
is dangerous.
Yeah,
Or
just
of anything is dangerous.
Too
too much of anything, in other words.
Yes.
But I'm glad that you asked this question, because at the end of the day, Vid, your body is responding to what you're eating. So if you're not eating healthy, Vid, you won't be healthy, you won't look healthy, because now, like, you're not doing the things that your body is needing.
Hello guys, unfortunately I couldn't be part of the conversation since I was the man behind the camera and we couldn't finish shooting due to some challenges. So I thought I must just add something just on top of what the brothers have said. MJ did mention did ask a question if do we consider food quality or quantity. Now according to my view, it depends on what you have in the pocket. If let's say you have 500, try to spend whatever that you have wisely in order in a way that it will be able to sustain you for a certain period until you get, let's say, another salary or another allowance. And Zaddy did mention that you gotta know how to spend the little that you have regardless, because this thing of finance, this topic on hand is not about how much you have. It's about how you spend it, and the way you spend it, we should spend our money wisely. Just to add just couple of points based on the topic on hand, I feel like before we can actually spend our money, we need to prepare ourselves before we receive the money. In a sense, before you receive your money, I think we need to budget. Budget, it's very important. A budgeting strategy, it helps us to have better financial skills, because if you did budget, you will know, okay, my money is going to go where and where and where and where. And the other thing is our experiences. We need to choose our experiences wisely. We live in a society whereby it prices materials, purchases and spending. These days, let's say the youth, we tend to spend our money on things that they don't really matter. I feel we should focus on the needs first before we actually get to do the soft life. I agree, people, they call it the soft life, of which it's just a want. It's just a want. And the other thing, we need to set goals. As individuals, we have different goals and also the financial goals. I feel each and every one has a plan. Okay, in 5 years time I want to achieve this and this and this and that. And before you can actually get to achieve certain things, along the way, you need to prioritize, you need to make sacrifices and whatsoever. The other thing from my side, it will be also the people that we have in our circles. I feel it's very important to choose our circles wisely, not to have people that will make you feel bad about how you spend. let's say you spend on the needs, then they make you feel bad because you're not going out with them to the groups, you're not going out to the lunches, the whatsoever, of which is just a want. Because the other thing that we need to note, we as people, we are different, we are from different backgrounds, of which it means like our financial statuses are not the same. With my 1000 rand, I can only buy grocery, toiletry, and some other things. I cannot go out every weekend and do what other people are doing. You understand my point? And the other thing, we need to evaluate how we spend. If we evaluate how we spend, we get to see, okay, no man, I'm overspending on a certain thing. That means I need to make some few adjustments here and there. You feel me? I feel like that's like one of the ways or whereby like we'll be able to spend our money wisely. And Zaddy did mention that people like to focus on the name rather than focusing on what they actually need, of which is true. I've seen a lot of people doing that. I've seen students like when the first thing when they get their allowance, they wanna go out to get some couple of drinks, 2 drinks, 4 drinks. But once you get there by small street, you end up like spending over like things that you didn't even plan to buy, of things that are unnecessary. Temzo did mention like how can you cannot buy soap if you don't have porridge, of which that's where like the prioritizing comes into the picture. We need to prioritize our needs, guys. Like I feel like that one is very important. And the other thing, let's stop impressing people that won't even help us when like we on our lowest. Joe, I keep seeing people like trying to impress people that don't even care about them. I feel like this thing, it's getting worse. Like they keep saying, like it's getting worse and worse. And I feel like this topic, it's very important, especially during this time of festive, because it's time for celebration. People, they wanna have fun. It's big vibes and all of that. Come do the January, people, they'll be complaining that they are broke, they don't have money, bajadi kebichi and all that. Wabona. Try to be smart, guys. Try to be smart, especially when it comes to finances. It doesn't matter how much you have. The little that you have, even it's 10 rand or 100 rand, try to spend it wisely and know how to spend it wisely. Back on the dematerializing, because it's spending money wisely and dematerializing. What's the use of me having 20 t-shirts in my wardrobe that I'm not even wearing? What's the use? Because I feel like it's all about the status. I also wanna have a Gucci t-shirt, Balenciaga, whatsoever. It's okay. If you can afford them, you can buy them, but you don't have to buy excess of them just to show okay, get a trip, swang or whatsoever. 5 years later, you'll be broke. That's crazy. Also, the other thing, that I forgot to mention is to invest, guys. Like, I feel like investing in your future is very important, because when you have invested, basically investing is like you preparing yourself for whatever that is coming in the future, so that in the future you can get to get to live a lavish life. Not really a lavish life, but like a life that you can get to afford a peace of mind and whatsoever. And the other thing, I would like to shout out to the guys for coming by. Even though we didn't manage to shoot the video, I appreciate your opinions, your views based on the topic that was on the table. To everyone who's watching the video out there, do let us know what you think, your opinions with regards to the topic on the comment section. The other thing, me and my brother B Real, we did touch on the topic on the podcast Conversations with TZ Maxwell. I've uploaded episode 1. That's the one that is playing in the background. So please do check it out, because we did touch on it a bit. If you listen to the podcast, you get to learn a lot from Be Real and myself. The conversation was very fruitful. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe. Hope to see you on the next video.